Dude Buddy Podcast, baby. I'm a buddy, he's a dude.
And I'm a dude and he's a buddy.
Jared Campbell and Danny Martinello coming at you. And what a monumental day we have here, Danny.
Beautiful day. Big day in the house of 2R here,
Big
Jared.
day for Danny.
Big day for us.
Well, it is for us. Listen, we've only ever had a few small people here. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this before. We like to have our guests in our home. Typically under 5'10", easy to control.
Yep.
We don't ever want to lose the upper hand at 2R. Today, though, floodgates have opened.
Floodgates have opened. We've decided to host our first potluck Sunday and watch the afternoon games of NFL as well as the Sunday night football.
That's right. It's football Sunday. Danny's got his Sunday sauce on the stove right now.
Making a nice little sauce there. It's been hours at work. We got a couple hours before our guests come over, so that's probably going to be for the night game. But we can sprinkle a little bit of it on the sausage.
If you want to know how intimate an experience the Dude Buddy Pod is, we are sitting not 13 feet from a simmering Sunday sauce right now.
Yep.
Smells delicious in here.
Smells great.
It does. You've done great. I just picked a bay leaf off of the floor.
Yep.
Blew on it and then threw it into the sauce.
Put it back in there.
This will air after everybody has eaten that.
Yeah, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and my mom's sauce will always make you stronger.
Oh, this is got a little bit of mother's milk in there.
Mother's milk here, a little bit of Mary's
Secret
butter.
ingredient.
Yeah, I got a couple baby bottles in the freezer there.
Well, listen, Danny's excited. He walked into my bedroom this morning. I was still laying in bed, and he looked at me and he said, "Jarrett,
Need you on point today, Jared.
You will not embarrass me today.
You will not be grumpy. You will not be. You won't be hiding yourself from here.
I'm expected to bring my best fucking attitude into what I feel like is a slightly hostile takeover of our home on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, let me tell you, buddy. We need you fluttering around a 7.8, and that's the highest you ever. 8.2. I'd love to see you at an 8.2.
You want me at an 8.2? Well, then this party's got some work to do.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a couple cans in you. Don't worry, we'll get you back on your little form.
You love to host.
That's one of my favorite
excited.
things.
There's been your little light in the loafers today.
It is.
Wearing your little apron. You're getting your sauce together.
2 different grocery stores I had to go to because one didn't have the proper thing I wanted, and I got to make sure everything is
perfect.
Yeah,
at first
not perfect, but just on par.
I did wake up and go, Danny, what the fuck have you done? Because
what have we done?
We've probably got at least like 10 people coming. We own 4 plates.
We own 4 plates, 4 utensils on everything. So we're asking our party guests to bring over some not Tupperware,
some paper plates.
Paper plates,
that's right.
and we're gonna plastic forks.
That's right.
Yep.
And I at first, I was like, what have we done here? We got to do this podcast, and then I just want to relax, man. I did my drinking this weekend, but then I'm watching Danny. And I'm watching him. Sometimes he knows I'm watching him. Sometimes he doesn't. He's got that fucking twinkle.
Got a little twinkle in my eye. Because that's my favorite thing,
dude. It's like
dude.
doing something for your kid.
Well,
you bring him somewhere. You're like, well, this is bullshit. Like, your dad wouldn't bring you to hockey.
Yeah.
He would have loved watching you play. Because then he would have been like, look how happy that boy is out there. And right now, today, I think I drove you to the rink at 7 a.m. I didn't want to do it. But I'm watching you play, and goddamn, it's
tapping
nice.
at the door. Come on, Dad. We gotta go. Dad. Come. I like hosting though because I grew up in a family where we would host dinner parties. I don't know if it's Italian culture or whatever, but just in our house, we would grow up. My dad would have all of his Bang & Sound system in the basement that we were never allowed to touch. Only my dad could. And we would host parties. My mom would be in the kitchen. I'd be in the kitchen with my mom and her friends. My brother would be with my dad.
Danny's hanging with just the women.
Oh, yeah, man.
This is what made you who you are
Yeah,
today.
dude. I loved just chatting up. My mom and dad had a friend growing up called Rose, and she was the prettiest woman. And that's why I think I have a fatuation for women with lighter hair.
She's the prettiest woman.
She was the prettiest woman in my dad's friends group, and she was so cool, and I would always cuddle with her, and
wow.
Yeah.
Is Rose still with us today?
No, Rose and Norm, they parted ways, or Rose and Christian parted ways.
Oh, she was a married-in friend.
She was a married-in friend.
I know those. I've lost a friend's mother or two in the divorce.
Yeah, my mom and dad's friends soccer group growing up, and then they all kind of drifted away. They all started.
You see, you'd cuddle with Rose. How old were you?
I was probably
19?
No. Jeez, I wish. If I was 19 cuddling with Rose, let me tell you, I wouldn't be nestling my head against her breast.
Oh, dear Lord, man. Reel it in.
No, I would. I was young. I was probably about 7.
That's great.
6.
Those are core memories, and those are very nice. My parents always host the annual, the neighbor New Year's party at our home. I used to steal my parents' booze.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd water it down.
As a child always does.
Well, my parents weren't liquor drinkers, but they kept a cabinet of liquor for guests.
Oh, okay.
So I would just go in there and dust that stuff and then fill it with water. Like we had Crown Royal that fucking looked like iced tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was like half water.
That's what they actually drink on the Trailer Park Boys and everything. And every dark liquor was it? It was iced tea.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, one time, it was the New Year's party, and my dad's friend was there. He's a big drinker. Big. He kept a couple bottles just for him.
Oh, yeah. Okay?
He comes over. Dad's buddy, and he liked his vodka.
Oh.
Vodka was my favorite thing to water down because, well, it looked the same, and my parents never drank it.
Yeah, can't have that when buddy comes over.
I cut it in half, dude. Well, actually, another time with me and my friends, we had done that to his dad's bottle, and then he kept it in the freezer all the time. Then he pulled it out, it was frozen. And he's like, well, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
But I remember I watered it down, and then my dad, and I was watching him, and I knew this guy was a booze hound. And I'm watching him pour it. I'm like, oh, not that one. Don't do that one.
No.
Not the Polar Springs or whatever the fuck.
Polar Ice. That's the it's top aficionado.
He takes a sip and he just looks at my dad and goes, yep, that's watered down. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
You fucked me.
We did that with my buddy Zach Wilson's dad, Mr. Wilson, but he knew and he didn't really care because he would always like swap out the bottles. And then we'd be like, this is too much water. And then we'd sip it and we're like, this is pure vodka. And then after he showed us how many bottles that we would fill with water. And he goes, I just want to let you guys know you owe me 3 vodka bottles.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And he was never upset, but he was a cool guy. But rest in peace. Zach
You're
Wilson's
on the hook
dead.
for the bottles.
Yeah.
You're on the hook.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah. But
dropping like flies in the Martinello camp.
No, that was like it was always funny. It was like my one friend group that like in junior high, and then all the teachers and everybody thought I was going to be the degenerate, and then turns out like all the other guys were degenerates.
That's always redeeming.
Yeah, but I always found it where it was like if your friend's dad was like the cool where you could go to their house and party when you were young and stuff, that there was always like a good 60-40 split, 40 being that they would become a better person and like be normal.
Oh, yeah.
And
40. It's always on the lower half.
Yeah, and then 60 was like, these guys are going to be fucked.
I think a lot of the teachers and probably parents as well believed that I would become a degenerate, and they were more than half right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we're functioning highly.
We are highly functioning morons.
Except for on some days.
Except for yesterday. I was a little decommissioned because, once again, it seems to be a bit of a theme on this podcast. At least once a week I let my guard down, and I seem to go a little too hard, and then I lose a day, and then I always come back out of being like, well, I'm done with that. I don't like doing that anymore. But God, she bites you. She bites you. And then today I woke up and like, Danny, what do we like? I don't want to drink again today. And you're like, we're gonna be having a couple fucking drinks. You're not gonna embarrass me. You will respect me. You will be on your best behavior. You will have a drink and you will enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
like, good.
Well, I just think it's funny where it's just like when I'm learning now when we part ways, I stop, but you don't.
I can't.
And so now
I need you there to stop.
So now I have
It's an accountability buddy.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to take everything and put it in my room like I'm the parent.
Yeah.
In these things.
It's true. It's kind of sad, but true.
But it's okay. So then I guess if we're on that topic, then why don't we start with our check-in?
Okay, I'd love to check in.
Yeah, you check in. Tell me where you're fluttering at.
I had a good week. You
did.
We had a couple great gym sessions this week. I've started my new book. We ate clean. There was a lot of chicken. We had a lot of red meat. We had some rices. We had a lot of eggs. We did good on that front.
A lot of veggies.
Overall, it was a clean week. And then I got fired out of a fucking cannon on Friday. My God.
We were going to say Saturday's the only days we can drink, but Saturday came early and the day of Friday.
I was supposed to have one show on Friday, a 7 o'clock show, right? By the time the evening came around, I had 4 shows that night, which is great. Because let me tell you, I had a colossal bomb on that 7 o'clock show.
Yeah.
I am happy that that's not the taste I was left with for the rest of the night. Danny, it was bad. It was like, well, you know what it is.
Yeah, I know.
You know when you walk out of a spot, you're just like, well, won't be back there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even really want to go back, to be honest.
I know that place is
after
I like it, man.
Got canceled. I
like it there though because it's close to us and I think we can do work. I was when you told me your show there got canceled, I'm like, God, I wish mine had been canceled on Friday because I wouldn't. No, you know what? Those bombs, they keep you honest. So I would say I walked in there as a 7, walked out as 6. And then I went out and I did a show at Williamsburg that I had a blast on. And then I did 2 shows at the Barbershop, which are always fucking awesome.
Well, 4-banger.
And that brought me right back up because it was a good hang.
Yep.
Then we all went out after. A bunch of comics went out for drinks after. And that brought me, Danny, I was flying around an 8 on that night. And, you know, an 8, and what goes up must always come down.
As it should. Laws of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You call me Mr.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah,
Isaac New Day, more like.
Yeah, Isaac tried again next day.
Yeah. Isaac.
I was a hard 5 tomorrow, and then I woke up today and I was a 4 because you walked into my room with your dinner plate eyes and told me that I had to behave today. And now I got to tell you, Danny, I'm 7'5". I feel good right now. I see you, and you're bringing me joy, floating around the kitchen. I think mentally I'm well. I know
we're
that
gonna have a good time.
We have some very good friends coming here today. We got Canadians and Americans, pretty well all comics. Our one friend's bringing his wife. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
And I know I have to enjoy myself, so I will enjoy myself. Or I'm going to be in my room with the fucking door closed the whole time. Do you know there was a guy? Can I tell you a quick story before you check in?
Tell me about the quick story of the guy,
Yeah. There is a guy. He murdered his parents, right?
Okay.
And then he murdered them in their bedroom, in their bed.
Okay. Is this a foreshadow to
I'm a crime junkie, right?
Our evening?
I'm just
suggesting I get murdered after a beautiful dinner party.
Hear me out.
And this is where things took a turn.
No, hear me out. He killed his parents in their bedroom. Then he threw a fucking rager that night, a party.
While they were all dead in the bed?
People were playing flip cup in the kitchen. Like, it is packed there, right? And he's telling everybody his parents are out of town. But there were cars in the driveway.
Yeah.
Right? He's telling everybody their parents are out of town. Then eventually he's got one buddy that he's like close with. There's one buddy's like, this guy's off tonight. Like, he's kind of weird, right? He keeps seeing him like zoning out, kind of staring off in the distance and everything. After a few cocktails and the night goes on, whatever, his buddy asks, like, what's going on, man? Like, what's up with you tonight? And he's like, oh, dude, it's like, I killed my parents, dude. Like, they're in my bedroom. He's like, okay, a weird joke, dude. Like, all right. And he walked away being like, yeah, he's weird tonight. Dude. Like, that's odd.
Yeah.
And then he said it to him again later in the night. He's like, what the fuck is going on here? This guy's like, he's definitely acting strange, and he won't let this weird joke go. He ain't laughing at it.
Yeah, no,
right?
He's staring at you like a lizard.
So this guy goes around eventually later on. I don't know, he just went outside to take a piss or something, and he went around back of the house where they have a sliding glass door into their bedroom there, and he looked in. He just saw like the bloody feet and the bodies, and this guy was telling the truth. He looked him in the eyes like, my parents are in the room dead right now. And he wouldn't let anyone, he was weird about that room. Like,
where's Danny? Can we
go
on the balcony? No. Hey,
don't go.
Have the sauce, damn it.
Starting to stink with that sun hitting you on that hot tarmac. Yeah. No, but
I'm not even on. I'm in my bed. I'm in the roof.
People would float around that parents' room, and he was always like, no, don't go in there, which is like normal at a party, though.
Yeah.
Don't go in the parents' room.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that.
Yep.
Right? You fuck a guy, or you fuck a Freudian slip.
Oh,
you fuck a girl.
You fuck a guy in my parents'
you
bed.
Fuck a dude in my dad's bed. Are you nuts? No, but that was always like an unwritten rule. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't fuck a dude in your dad's bed.
Yeah.
So anyway,
fuck him in the garage.
The point of my story is, Danny, if that guy the only thing that gave it away was that he wouldn't stop telling his buddy that he murdered his parents.
Yeah.
Other than that, there was just a closed door at that party and nobody bothered with it. So what I am saying is, if I so choose to just be in my bedroom with the door closed, nobody's going to bother with it. No one's going to, and you have to go, hey, don't touch the door.
The whole 8 people that are in our house. Where's Jared? He's a little sick today. He's sick.
Yeah, he's not well.
Yeah, can we check in on him?
You better not. You better not.
You do not.
And I'm in there every time you do it, like getting ready to fucking jump on the door and closing my shoulder.
You're just sitting there like, hold on.
I shared that story just so I could tell you that there are more extreme situations where somebody can just stay in their bedroom during a party, and it's not really that big of a deal.
Well, I'm glad that you shared that with me. Thank you for letting me know that.
Stay blessed, Danny.
If the door is closed.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed up.
Now, go ahead. Check in, please.
Me, dude, I'm going to be so bold to say this is the highest I've been fluttering in the last 8 months here, and I'm going to go 9.8.
Whoa!
I'm going to go 9.
Just because the prospect of having people over.
No, because we had a good week. I had a lovely run-in with this woman at the CVS or at the Walgreens.
You can tell us about that after.
Yeah, that bumped me up. That was a very spiritually moving moment. I had wicked shows. Did what I thought was going to be kind of like a bummer, or like I didn't really anticipate what I thought the show was going to be at the New York Historical Society. We've talked about Tom Tour Guide before, and he throws a lovely weekly show.
We love Tom.
Lovely weekly show there, and it was a 423 people in attendance at this show, a soft seat at the Historical Society. And
caught you off guard. I remember when you messaged me, you're like, this is not what I thought.
Yeah, like I knew it was going to be kind of like
corporate-y
in an aspect, but I didn't know that it was going to be like I did a full 15 minutes, no swearing, did all my shit. And then really, like, it was one where I got to this gig and I went, okay, I have to take my hat off and then I got to go wet my hair and I do it.
Did you wet it?
I wet
no,
it.
Which way did you wet it?
I wet it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't give him the
No,
pumpkin
because
pie haircut?
No, because I need to get it recut.
You do. Let's
Yeah.
go see Simon this week.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get that recut, but I had a lovely walk-in with that, had great shows, got to host the barbershop as well as do a spot there, got to bang it out. We did a lot of pushing behind the scenes to get some stuff going and the ball rolling in our corner, which was very good. And it was like a nice sense of community. And then when we organically got that together with the drinks and stuff on the Friday night, and we decided to have that potluck, and then now it's like here, and we get a host, and it's just been a beautiful week, and I feel like a big sense of community here.
Oh, that's lovely, dude. Let's see how it goes today first.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We got seating for 5. We
might-
have 10 people here.
We might not be friends with a couple people after.
It's always like
We have to see how they operate in a come over thing. That's how I've always evaluated people, is when you bring them over to your house and then see kind of how they operate in a kind of gathering.
you know that old thing where like at a party when you were a kid, someone said they're having a pizza party, and then you go and it's like homemade pizza. And
Yeah.
like, this isn't what we fucking signed up for. I think it's the same type of red flag when people walk in for football Sunday, they see that we're streaming the games.
Yeah. Well, it's like, whatever. We don't have the package.
No, we got it.
And actually, the UFC yesterday was a fucking sick
the
fight.
way-
And to see it at the Sphere was pretty deadly. Well, I didn't get to like see it
You
at
weren't
the
at the
Sphere,
Sphere, Danny.
but like to see it in that.
It was cool. I watched some of the highlights today.
Yeah.
It was as promised by Dana White.
And it's nice to just see Sugar Sean O'Malley get humbled.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I think it was time.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he'll come back and win his next fight.
Yeah, but
He'll probably fight a fucking lemon next fight too.
and to see him like at that level of a grappler fighting Merab, then like I from what I saw, he needs to go back to the training board a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For that kind of like heavy pace, like grinder fight.
Bantamweight.
Yeah, little guys.
Yeah.
Little small guys.
Small type of guys we'd have in our home.
But
But
Sean's
those are
like
dangerous.
6'1".
Those are dangerous ones though.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
No.
We have a pair of shoes here actually that one of our smallest friend
Today.
objectively our smallest friend,
Yeah.
and will forever be my small. I will never befriend anyone smaller than him.
No, you can't.
Marito Antonio Lopez Duran Jr., one of the funniest fucking comics in Canada. He's coming down here soon.
He's coming down
He's moving
here.
to New York City. Small guy, big heart.
Big heart, little feet.
He's a little fucking cannon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got that. What do you call that? What is he?
Midget.
No.
Oh no.
I was gonna be worried. He's a whippersnapper.
He's a little Wolverine, a little
gassed up.
Yeah, a little badger.
He'll bite you.
Oh, he will.
He'll bite you. I've
Nothing
watched him.
higher than your thigh, though.
Yeah. He left his little shoes here. It was so funny because
little,
me and Danny have never put the wedding shoes. They're from when we had a wedding here like 5 months ago. We went to a good friend's wedding, and he left his shoes here, and I was laughing so.
They're like small little waiter.
I was laughing
cocktail
so
waiter
hard
shoes.
the one day because he's always like, "Yeah, it was size 7," and then he had the shoe box because he bought them just for the wedding, and they were 6.5.
Yeah.
And so we've never gotten rid of them because it's like a fucking Christmas ornament, dude. We should tie those together and put them on our tree.
I would love to have them like just somewhere on like an invisible shelf.
That'd be great. A floating shelf.
Yeah, cut me out there, and we just.
It's like a memorial, you'd think, to someone who died.
Yeah, we'll put a picture in the.
Our
sole
little
of his shoes.
papusa.
Yeah.
Our little El Salvadorian papusa.
These are the last shoes he wore.
These are the last shoes. Yeah. And when he comes here, he has to put them on.
Yeah, and he has to do a little walk.
He has to walk for us.
Yeah,
we
have
sit
to
on the
get-
couch.
Yeah,
we,
the click.
we always make
click,
the
click.
small guys put stuff on
Yeah.
and walk around.
Yeah.
I go
Just
to my
to
closet.
see.
I'm like, I got a big sweater. I think you'd look funny in. Put it on.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's just
And they don't
long.
like it. You see a little tear rolling down their cheek.
Like that kid from Charlie Brown with the sleeves were too long and he'd always be walking around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exact. But we have this couch, the couch that we podcast from. I mean, look, this
Doing good, buddy.
This
I-
thing's
I
only
broke-
built for a 5-footer if you
I
want to
know,
sleep on
but
it.
I've-
Burrito
it's-
fits with space on
It's
here.
nice though because it's like I've broken in the.
It's way more comfortable than it was. This thing was a brick. I think Packer said it the best when he got here. It's like it's a waiting room for like a dentist office.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you sit on here and then after you leave with a wonderful smile.
Agreed. I think
Just like a dentist.
a lot of charm here. I hope today goes as well as you need it to, Danny. I know this is a big social.
I'm riding everything on this.
Well, it's
going to be fun, man. But I like it because it's just like we're part of the community where it's like, come over. Oh, did you always go to the Canadians potluck? Oh, you got to go. The Canadians make good food. Blah, blah, blah. It's a fun time.
If you were to measure our time here in New York City at this point, I've been here 6 months. You've been here 7?
7
months?
7 and a half.
Yeah. I think we've integrated quite well into the society here.
We have, and it's nice though when we leave and then you come back and then people are like, oh man, I'm so glad you're back. Like, I kind of missed you.
They like us here.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they like us here.
They love us here.
And aside from the occasional absolute fucking stinker that I had there on Friday night on that early show.
But that place is like given, dude.
It happens there every now and then.
Let's be real here. To go in there and say you had a wonderful set is better. That's more of like a surprise than being like, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Well, the way I told it to you, Danny, I think when I saw you is that the crowd wasn't good, and then I also wasn't good, and the marriage of those two things was just poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something like, I would say...
They didn't like me the moment I walked out in front of them.
I'm going to say 6 out of 10 times the crowd is a dud, though, because they're all like weirdos, or they're all like, well, I wouldn't say weirdos, but they're like that pretentious rich people pretending to be poor in
Brooklyn.
Bushwick.
It's
and then
prototypical
tourists.
Brooklyn crowd, and then a lot of like foreign language tourists.
Yeah.
But we still...
But it's not even a Brooklyn crowd, bro. It's like a
No,
Bushwick
it's a big...
crowd.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like a weird, like, because we go to Williamsburg, we have great shows everywhere else, but it's just that pocket in Bushwick where they're like... stunners.
But you know what? You know what else has been a big development, Danny, that's kind of unfolded over the last week? I've been there a few times now. Our buddy Bannon was in town for just a day. Took him out for patio beer. We got a little pub now.
We do. We got a little local.
We got a local now.
Two locals. One the Filthy Diamond, and then the other one Cornitas Pub.
I went to Filthy Diamond. That ain't. We like Bar Cornitas.
Well, yeah, but
Cornelius.
Like if you're gonna go for a little bit of wine and a patio, it's a good place.
Sure, and it's close to Fazio's Pizza.
Yeah,
which we like. But this place, it's just like a hipster dive, and I mean Bushwick, Brooklyn hipster dive. Like these are. It's a younger crowd.
Yeah,
they're all kind of like.
But the person behind
you can't tell someone's broke or super rich.
Yeah, but it's also kind of like it has that Irish pub tway to it.
It's got a vibe there though. They got a shuffleboard. They got a pinball machine. They got a little patio. $4 pints, Danny.
Ice cold pints.
$4 pints, Danny. We like that. I like to post up, knock back
to get
$4
on a $4 pint.
Huh?
You like to be ignited on a $4 pint.
I tell you, if we had an extra half hour before the company came, I'd walk you over there and get you a patio beer.
Well, maybe you're gonna have to walk downstairs and get me a nice Coors Light.
I'll do that. I got one just crisping in the fridge right now.
Do you?
Wasn't planning on touching it ever, but I will. Oh, she beckons.
And we have to. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a glorious time.
So
praise the Lord.
Yeah, praise the Lord, of course. What? So I said you would tell that story after you had a spiritual moment that you were really fired up when you came home yesterday.
Dude, I
didn't really get it.
I was emotionally moved.
You told me you cried.
I was crying.
That's amazing.
I cried on the walk, dude.
That is amazing.
I was emotionally moved.
Go
and
ahead.
Spiritually lifted.
Let us in.
What happened was, I went to go do the podcast. And then
not ours.
I went to go do Tristan and his buddy Daniel's podcast. And then on my walk home, I was like, oh, I'm going to take the bus. I said, no, you know what? I'm going to walk home. And then I walked all the way. It was like a 40-minute walk. But then I'm like, oh, we need toilet paper. So I walked into the Walgreens to get toilet paper. And as I'm like going to get it, there's this little old lady. Like
guest in our house small?
Yeah. Like she was probably like 5'5".
Bigger than Marito.
5'5", little dainty thing, maybe, but I mean 98 pounds, like a small little like woman, and not of one of like custy nature or whatever, right? And she was looking at these pepperonis, and she was like, "Oh, can you help me find which one's teriyaki?" And I spent like 2 minutes with her looking for teriyaki.
2 minutes looking for teriyaki at the Walgreens.
Well, there wasn't, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, "Do you want this?" And she just didn't know. She's like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I got eye drops in. I can't really see. This is in teriyaki." I said, "The only teriyaki things here is this beef jerky. Like, how good's your teeth?" And then she's like, "Oh, kind of more like a pepperoni." So I'm like, "Okay, well, here's this cheese one. It's like a bourbon."
How good's your teeth?
Well, yeah, because she's old, right? You can't give her a beef jerky, and she's got fucked up dentures and shit. And then so she's like, "Oh, I'll just take these ones," and then goes. And then as I'm like kind of perusing around, I still stay in the aisle, and I'm like going back and forth, being like, okay, well, am I going to get a pepperoni now? And then she comes back and she goes, oh, hey, excuse me. Like, I don't mean to bother you or anything, but like, I'm just wondering, like, I kind of don't really have any coin. Can you spare this? And
I knew this was a fucking hustle.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But she was like, you could tell she was like super embarrassed to ask, right? Usually the people are like real upfront with you. And then I was like, oh yeah, no worries. I'll grab that. Like, what are you going to, she's like, oh, I'm just really hungry. Like I said, and then in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, you got to eat. When's the last time you ate? And she's like, oh, like 2 days ago. And I'm like, get out of town. And she's like, yeah, like I'm just kind of in a hard spot right now. And I'm like, okay, well, what else do you need? Right. I had the extra money in my pocket from the cash
St. Daniel
that we withdrew. And then
why'd we do that?
What?
Nothing.
We did this? Oh no! I know.
We took a little cash.
Well, yeah.
Okay, go on.
And then so then I'm like, okay, well, what do you need? Like, are you hungry? Like, let me get you something more than a pepperoni stick. And then I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh, I went to the McDonald's. The McDonald's wouldn't even let me get anything. Like,
with no money?
Well, no, she was like, they wouldn't even let me have.
I'd be
like,
talking to her a lot different than you. Oh, no shit. No shit. You went in there with your little hands out and asked what's your softest burger? Get the fuck out of here.
You'd be clenching your change going, you did good, buddy.
I'd
you did good.
spray her with a water bottle, dude.
So then I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm like, well, let me get you something here. So like more than a pepperoni stick. And then I'm like, fuck it. You want like, here's $20. Like go get some like other food and I'll stand. And then she's like, oh, can I still get the pepperonis? I was like, fuck yeah. What do you need? A protein shake too? And then we couldn't find one, so then I got her a Gatorade, a couple pepperonis and beef jerkies, and then I gave her $20, and she just started crying, dude. And she's like,
nice.
She's like, oh my God. She's like, you are my guardian angel. But it's like, to me, like those videos of the people like helping out others and then them crying and like doing all that shit.
You didn't tape it, didn't happen.
Well, no.
You didn't tape it and post it on the internet
I'm not
for
gonna
likes.
tape it, but it's like, that's not like the crazy thing is. It's like, I don't know, if I was ever in a position where I needed to like be fed, and I have been, and people have fed me, so I was in a position to help her.
Mother's breast.
Yeah, so I helped her. And then as we're like leaving, she's like, oh, like, God bless you, all this. I'm like, no worries. She's like, I was praying for something to happen. You're my guardian angel. I said, hey, I've had a lot in my life, so it's only good that I can be one for yours. And then so we part ways. And then as I'm walking, I'm hearing like crazy gospel music, bro. Like the loudest.
It's the Pentecostal church.
But not the one.
Banging. No, there's multiple around.
Yeah, so I'm like walking
Sounds
past.
like a Kanye concert.
Oh, no, but it was like, praise Jesus. God is real. Praise
Hallelujah.
Jesus. And I'm thinking it's just a car coming, right? But it's getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And I'm like,
the Lord coming.
And I'm tripping out, dude, where I'm just smiling, being like, no way am I hearing this crazy gospel music after I just had this little like session with this lady. And then I'm going up, and then right on the corner, there's like a big church banger. Like everybody's out there. They're doing like a little fair kind of thing and all this. And then I'm being like, am I getting pulled into this church right now? I'm like, this is insane. I don't got time. I got to go do this stupid show. And then as soon as I get to the corner and I see that it's the church, the music stops and then I go into a prayer. And I was like, this is too much, dude. And I just
started crying.
Started tearing up and crying.
You know what, Danny? That's a beautiful story.
So I'm a Catholic boy, dude.
And it is all in the eyes of the beholder, because from an outside perspective, I could play, the devil's advocate here and say, okay, so you went to Walgreens, you ran into a scammer, you got scammed, and then you walked by one of the 11 churches on the way home.
No, but it was too much of a coincidence.
No, that was the Lord reached down, Danny.
Yeah, man.
He'd reached
down,
and
I was there for that person, and it just made me feel so
nice.
damn
That is
good.
a very nice thing you did.
It made me feel so good, dude.
And that is
just to see how like I helped that. Like, what is $20 to me right now?
A lot.
Well, not really.
A fuck ton.
It's small in comparison.
Could
to
fool me with the way you
talk. That woman.
Yeah, that's true. No, listen, Danny. I'm just being a prick. I think it's.
I know you are.
I think it's lovely. I actually think it's
your mother would be proud, Jared.
My mom would like that story.
She
my mom wouldn't be shelling it. My mom would maybe give her a 10.
All I had was 20s.
German immigrant.
All I had was 20s.
She worked hard for that money.
Yeah.
No, I know.
And then
that's great.
Got repaid by getting spontaneously booked for 2 shows that night.
Really?
Yeah, to host and to.
That's what happened to me on Friday.
So I got some decent spot pay this week. I made $425.
That's a big week.
That's a big week in 2 hours.
You're up 405.
I'm up 405.
Fucking right. You're up 405, but you're walking on sunshine, baby.
I'm up at a 10, and no money can ever. A lot of money could. A lot of money could. But for what I did to that lady, it was a very beautiful thing, and then that's why it's like now I want to have this little communal thing. We all get together.
Where you feed people.
We all break bread. We all share food, and one day we're gonna be millionaires, and it's all gonna come back to us.
Hey, we have it written on the whiteboard.
We are.
We will, what does it say? We're winners and we will be famous.
We're winners and we will be famous. Smile, you're in New York. Congratulations on all your success, and keep bearing them.
And yeah, these are the types of things, these are affirmations that keep us going. And when comedians are in our place later today, they're going to be looking at it, whispering into each other. Like, these fucking losers think they're going to be famous.
Yeah, but then they're going to realize, holy shit, they are talented and they got to drive more so than other people because they don't understand what it takes to get
We
here.
should almost leave this all set up for when people come in. Oh, forgive us. We're just...
sorry, we were just
we're
prodding.
just working
doing
here.
our podcast.
No, that's beautiful,
So that's
Danny,
why
and
I
I think that is a lovely way to carry yourself into today. And now you want to be a nice, giving, holy man, and I'm here for it. And that's why I said my mood is up because of you, and I'm going to keep it up for you. Okay?
Yep.
You banging out an email right now?
No, this one of the people is calling. It's fucking 3:45. We are 3:25. We told people to come around. Like,
is it
after
3:25?
4.
That's okay. We got
We
time.
we said come over after 4, and people are.
Relax. Anybody that gets... If you say 4 o'clock for something and somebody shows up before 4, you know who the loser is. But I'll say this, it's a little different when you're talking on Football Sunday because people are showing up for the games.
Yeah.
So you kind of do show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would say that more than half of the people coming today probably don't give a fuck about the football.
Yeah, they care about the
Community.
Community.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice.
I think it's going to be super
The roof
fun.
will be open. Let people go out there. They can smoke their cigarettes, smoke their pot. It'll be good.
I got to do an audition, too. I forgot.
You're not doing that today. You have to do it tomorrow morning.
Let's do tomorrow.
What time? Probably 10 a.m. That's
Maybe.
when those are usually due.
Yeah.
You want to wake up with your fucking bloodshot eyes and show your hands to the camera?
I might just
Danny
cancel.
Martinello, 6 feet tall. Edmonton, Alberta, 210 pounds.
Well, it's like a stupid audition, and we can crack it out really fast, but I think I might just tell Kira, I'll be like, oh, man, I had so much shit I had to do this week.
Danny, I did that for 9 out of 10 of my auditions until my agent dropped me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just wasn't getting them in.
Well, I don't know. I'm waiting last minute to neglect this, but who cares?
Who cares? Why don't you bang out an audition in the middle of the party today?
I'm in Winnipeg
Why don't you
when
tell
it's
everybody
shooting.
to shut the fuck up and go out on the roof while you do an audition?
Yeah.
Self-tape. The one that changes your life.
Yeah.
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
National.
Danny Best Buy.
National. $5,000.
There we go. Touring.
Oh, my God.
I'm the guy. Four phases of this commercial.
That's good. I'm rooting for you. You know what?
Thanks.
I think everything's coming up, Danny, right now, and I think you should.
Everything's coming up 2R.
It is coming up 2R.
Coming up
Apartment 2R, baby.
So what's good for me is good for you. What's good for you is good for me.
You lift me, Danny.
Yeah,
You
and
lift me on
you
your
drag
shoulders.
me the fuck down.
I
some
drag
days,
you
Jared.
and you lift me.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that's sort of yin yang,
It
push
is.
pull is kind of the magic of a
White
relationship.
snake, black snake.
White snake, black snake. I'm the black snake.
Yeah.
White snake.
How can I fuck up your day with my bad attitude? Woo, Danny did sage my room a couple times this week, and you know what that means. Jared gave him a bad vibe. I appreciate it.
But
though.
no, it's okay. You were just negative, and to be honest, one day I was
I had to
very
pick you up
dark.
one day.
I was very dark on Tuesday. Let me tell you that.
Except for when I'm
Very
down,
dark.
you try to lift me up, but when you're down, I'm like, oh, good, I'll crawl in there with you.
yeah. Slither
Ooh, the
next to
sewer's warm.
Yeah.
Sewer's warm today.
Well, if we did this podcast earlier on in the week, I would have told you I was probably sitting at a 6 maximum.
Oh, I don't
but
think we've
really,
done-
I'd be hovering at a
I
5.2.
don't think we've done a pod with you at a 5 yet.
No, man, I was in a very sad, dark place on the Tuesday.
But we both were at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was funny because our buddy he's coming today that just moved here. Forgive me, Danny. Forgive me, listener. Forgive me, viewer. We got our buddy who's coming today, and he was moving here on Wednesday. Moved here on 9/11, which is hilarious, Bobby.
Yeah.
But I talked to him like 2 days before about moving to New York, and I was trying to tell him just like because you just asked like how I was doing it and like what the game plan I had coming in here for like hanging in at shows, getting stage time and all that, and he caught me on that bad day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was still I was trying to tell him all the right things to do when you get here, as far as I know, right? It's all subjective on how you want to handle moving to New York and doing your thing with these comedy clubs. But I realized after, I think I had to send him a text. I realized after it was his birthday the whole time that we'd been talking, and I had to send him a text later being like, oh, bro, happy birthday. Forget about any of the tough shit I just said. Get excited. You're going to love it.
Yeah, you're going to love it, but it's also
Which
like...
was the fakest thing I'd said.
And you have to be realistic, though, dude, to think that like you're not going to have nights of dark turmoil. Turmoil. Holy smokes, almost just had a brain blast there.
Yeah, you did have a... Dude, did I tell you that I saw a guy... we were outside the cellar, but that restaurant... Remember when you
Olive Tree?
I was with JJ, and he went in to get a
You gotta get the salmon. It's phenomenal.
No. He got a what's that treat? The Italian treat?
Oh, a cannoli.
Cannoli.
Oh, the little yeah, down the street.
Yeah, and I went in there. I saw a guy sitting alone who got brain freeze. Like he had a like an iced drink, and I saw him chug the rest of it, and I saw him go through it. When you get brain freeze around people, you can always just be like, "Oh fuck, I got brain freeze." But when you're sitting alone at the table,
I always try and do fast math, and then it helps.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be like 2 + 2 is 4, 4 + 4 is 8, 8 + 8 is 16, 16 + 60 is 32, 32 + 32 is 34.
Dude, I think that's making your brain hurt more.
No, it warms it up. Fires
It's funny
it up.
though. Here's something I've been thinking about, Danny, a lot, and I actually tried to articulate it on stage, but it didn't really work out. So that idea of being alone when you do something versus being around people is truly the defining factor between being like an asshole or being a psychopath. Is did you do what you did around other friends, or were you alone when you did it? For example, you're sitting at a bar. You're sitting at the end of a bar. You're hanging out with all your buddies. You guys are getting loaded. You say something fully insane to the bartender. You're like, "Hey, bring no big titties over here and pour me a drink."
I want to bring your big old titties right here. Let me suck on them
I was gonna say, you say something like that while you're sitting with four dudes, you're just a douchebag and an asshole.
Yeah.
Now, I'm alone at that bar, and I'm just sitting at the end of the bar completely alone. I go, bring them big titties over here, pull me a drink. That's a psychopath.
Yeah. That's insane.
That guy's crazy, right?
That's a rugged character.
No, dude. And then it's like, but it goes for everything. Like you see these, like remember that trend for a bit on like TikTok and stuff, subway surfing?
Oh yeah.
Like where people would hop on the top of the subway and ride it like that. And then they to film it and to post it for likes. Man, imagine you were just like a guy heading into the financial district, heading down to Wall Street. You're wearing your suit and you just walk up to the subway one day and you're like, you know what? I'm going to ride the top of this motherfucker today. Yeah. And you just hop in. No cameras, nobody to tell it to. That's just a thing you did that day.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a lunatic.
You're nuts. Or
He's
like
feel the rush of his highs from the financial Wall Streets.
I'll give you another one. You see all these videos of guys on like 4th of July and stuff, putting fireworks inside of their asshole and like shooting bottle rockets out of their ass. Man, the day that you open up your back door, look in your backyard, and you're alone, and you go, I'm gonna stick some fireworks in my ass.
Time to put a Roman candle in my ass and launch a 6-shot.
I'm gonna launch a Whistler out of my asshole right now. That's nuts.
It's funny to me when people do that because they don't comprehend that like the propulsion system of it, where it's like that you're gonna have like the rocket and the flare.
Awesome. They just get their balls blown back.
It's like, what do you like? You deserve that.
You sure do.
That's the thing too, where it's
so many things, dude. Especially online with the. But
what happens
whenever there's challenges and stuff, and somebody gets fucked, dude? The guy, like, for example, the guy doing the. This would also be crazy to just do alone and not to film and to post on the internet. The dancing car challenge, where the car keeps rolling, you get out and just. If you were alone, you're just like, I'm just gonna hit a jig and then fucking hop back in my car.
Girls ride the whip while you like dance.
Like, you ever see the guy that gets out of his truck and he's dancing and then the truck just rolls over his foot?
Oh, yeah.
And just crushes it?
I watched a funny one.
You deserve it if you're doing that shit.
Yeah, I watched a funny one where this chick got out of the car to try and, like, rage on this guy. And then the car started to drive. She didn't put it in park or she just got out of the car and drive. And then she goes, and then tries to get back in the car. But then the car goes up against another one. Totally just crushes her leg.
Yeah.
She's, like, stuck in there against the other car.
Brutal. Brutal, dude.
It's like instant karma, dude. Those are the fun things.
Yeah.
But I think it's like if you see someone that's just alone screaming at the sky, they could just be going through like a really rough patch.
Yeah, like if you're outside of a bar and like, God damn it, fuck, and there's like 5 dudes ready to be like, yo, calm down, bro, calm down. It's like, okay, guy's having a fucking bad night. He's drunk. He'll sleep it off. You fucking got nobody ready. Like, fuck, God damn it, motherfucker. Like, you have lost your mind.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love to see that shit. You and I were vigilantes this week.
We were
drunk vigilantes.
Drunk vigilantes running around the town having a good time.
I think we might have pressed our we look like undercover cops thing a bit too far the other day. So we went to that bar that we were talking about, Bar Cornelius.
Yeah.
We were pretty loaded. But the bar's open till 4. When did we get out of there? 3?
No.
2? 2. Whatever.
We just came for a quick little one and done.
Yeah, and then we were walking back towards our place. Again, it's 5-minute walk, one block.
Yes, okay. This is where you're going with it.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
vigilantes, bro. And we saw a girl getting like roughed up by a guy off kind of in the dark. And Danny's like, because I'm just talking to Dan, whatever, and he goes, "Yo, what's that?" And we just kind of hear it. And we stop for a second. It's clear this guy's kind of like tossing this girl around over in the dark. So we just fucking go, "Hey,
this guy, you okay,
yo,
miss?
what the fuck are you doing?" And then he backs off and he's like immediately does that shit that you would do if you're a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, man, look at that. I'll show you with my flashlight, dude. I didn't fucking touch her. Look at that, no marks. I'm like, the guy that says, "Let me bring out my flashlight and show you there's no marks," you're obviously fucking her up right there.
After we just see like a woman getting like tossed around, but then also like she's like, "You hit my lip. My lip is fat."
We did, and then she did the thing that always happens in abusive situations where the cop and we're like, because we asked her, she's like, "Are you good? Like, do you like?" And this guy's coming up, we're like, "Dude, back the fuck off for a second." And then she's like, "No, I'm fine. And she wants to get in the car. I'm like, "Do you want to like walk away with us? Like, if you do like feel, are you unsafe right now? Because like we'll make sure you get out of here."
Dude,
okay.
We've had a lot of days. Like,
and then she.
We've just been killing it this week, man.
Yeah,
saving that old lady and then helping that one. I forgot about that.
But Danny, in retrospect, I think sometimes when you
we banked a couple more punches.
No,
for
when
her.
you do so, when you do something like that, we probably made her situation infinitely worse by accident. But we were just trying to be like, you can't walk by a girl getting roughed up when there's 2 of us and this one guy. Like, we had to say something and do something, and we did.
Because he was like kind of mauling her in the car.
Well,
too.
here's the thing. Could have gotten worse for her just because he's like, "Nah, you got other people involved," because he's gonna blame her.
Yeah.
But he also could have been like, "All right, she's a ride or die."
But the whole thing, why was because he's like, "Yeah, she cheated on me. She got busted cheating on me."
Okay. And he did. He started giving us the whole.
He's like, "I'm the victim." And we're like, "No, dude. If you got cheated on, then like just cut ties or whatever." And like, obviously,
yeah. Like, Danny Counselor came out.
Yeah, Danny Counselor came out. I said, "It's not worth it, dude. You should probably just move on." And lady, like, I mean, like.
But then I was talking the next day to my girlfriend, and she was just like, "What the fuck are you thinking? Like that we're just too like loose in this neighborhood now because we're just gonna get shot."
No.
We're just gonna get shot, dude. But it felt good, man.
No, you had to.
Also, we haven't had. I think there's that dog still deep inside of us, and we haven't had any confrontation in this town yet because of the no health care.
Well, let me tell you.
And we don't want to fight or anything like that. But
and we were probably feeling a little bit good too because as much as we still got the dog in us, we've got the dog on the TV.
We also had the dark in us. We had some fucking shot of whiskey before we left that bar.
We did. Yeah, we had a little dark whisker. But I was also feeling, man, I don't know, this whole day of this week.
No, but you did find a
24-hour Dog the Bounty Hunter.
And I think it's been getting you fired up.
Yeah, man.
Danny comes back from the gym every day now and sits with his shirt off on the edge of the couch just watching Dog the Bounty Hunter every day. Dude, it's a 24-hour just
Bro, that was my favorite show in like the early to mid 2000s.
Oh, that tracks, dude.
It was so good. And like, I don't know, he's wicked.
I'm a dog. The big bad dog. Ozzy Osbourne with the worst song in the history of television.
But the funny part is though, like all the Dog the Bounty Hunter people except for like Leland and then Dwayne Lee are like, they're all like fucked now.
Dude,
like,
they were fucked then, dude. It's a family of white trash running around fucking arresting people for money.
But it's
and
the
they
best,
all
bro.
look like, dude, they all look like skids.
I love it where they get like super aggressive. They're calling all these people pieces of shit. They're calling them on the phone, and then after they just have a nice, calm, like little.
Well, he always sits beside him and smokes a dart with him in the back of the car. So where you done time, brother?
Need a smoke, bro?
Where you done time?
But he knows like everybody, and like I don't know. I think Dog the Bounty Hunter was like a wicked show. For what
it's fucking it's so of that time, like that sort of. And I don't think it was on there, but it's like that has that Spike TV vibe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, like everything's just kind of like extreme, like fucking takedown. All the cop shows were massive at that time. Dog was huge, dude. Oh, Beth. R.I.P.
Another one.
Peace,
big titty
Beth.
Beth.
Big titted Beth. She gone.
She's done. Cancer got her.
Oh, big C.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Big C for those big B's.
Those weren't B's, bro.
Oh, those are double
G's,
E's.
Dude. Yeah, you're deep into the alphabet.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, Beth is. You gotta know your ABCs if you want to get to Beth's cup.
But I think the show's awesome, and I just love it how they like chase him and then just give him a lovely Christian values at the end of it after they've called them every name in the book.
It is all rooted in like God, and then you find out his kid's addicted to meth, and like one lost his leg. Like, oh fuck, it's classic white trash.
He was a nephew. Justin was the nephew.
The nephew. But family's family, dog.
Yep.
Vince.
But dog has 12 kids.
Yeah.
He's got 12 kids, 6 different wives.
Yeah, she's trashed.
Yeah.
That is white trash to the fucking core.
He escaped when he was 16 and joined a biker gang.
Yeah,
Denver, Colorado.
Joined a biker gang, did some time for third-degree murder, which is an interesting one. You only do 18 months in Texas.
Dope deal went wrong.
Dope deal went sideways, as they do.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared in that world, man, for things to go
people
sideways. Like we do when we march these fucking streets that we're patrolling, and it's unfortunate because we are undercover, and
we're the beat cops,
we'd like
bro.
to do more, but we can't really give it away.
We can't.
I want to go back into that weed store that denied us and look them in the eyes. Maybe allude to the fact that we might be kicking their fucking door in and bringing the boys.
I went in, not that smoke shop. I won't go in there. I went to that Gucci one across the street and got some dope from them.
They were nice?
Yeah, they were great. Good guys.
Cool, yeah. The one down here was nice too, but they got
canceled, shut down.
Went there for vapes. Oh,
front.
My book.
Your book. Tell us about it.
Well, this is our buddy, the guy that does all our digital stuff for our podcast, Ryan Band. I think I showed you guys this before, but I finally have started reading it. This is Alan Carr's Easy Ways to Quit Smoking. This is the big one. Without willpower. I don't have that. So, and it's been updated to include quitting vaping. Very special.
Chewing tobacco too.
I'm going to tell you right now, I recommend this book to anyone who smokes because the very first thing it tells you is to keep smoking until the end of the book.
Keep smoking,
no point does it tell you to stop. It goes, you want to puff right now? Light one up. It even tell you, hey, it reminds you.
Have a smoke while you read the introduction.
You might be reading and forget that you smoke, like that you don't want a dart for a second. It stops and goes, hey, you feel like having a dart? Have a dart, bud.
Have a smoke.
Because by the end of this, you're not going to want a dart. So I'm probably going to stretch this book out over the next 2 years.
He's doing the tactic
if
of where your
dad
catches you smoking, and he goes, oh, now you're going to smoke the whole pack.
Yeah, I catch you sucking a dick. Now you got to suck the entire fucking team's cocks.
Did I ever tell you? When I was working in the patch.
I love that cute a story.
No, when I was working in the patch, there's this guy, and he goes, oh, yeah, fuck, my buddy, we were sitting there, hey? And he said, oh, he told his dad he think you might be gay. And then his dad and all of his friends got around us. He said, if you think you're gay, well, then why don't you suck all their cocks? Scared the living shit out of him.
That's the next natural fucking step.
Went, all his dad and all his buddies, they got together outside the garage, said, if you think you're gay, well, why don't you suck all their dicks? They pulled all their dicks out.
Awesome.
Scared them fucking shitless.
Scared them straight.
Never wanted to suck a dick then. Said, yeah, he never wanted to suck a dick publicly.
That's also a fucking assault scary situation.
Yeah.
So then they circled me in the garage and all whipped out their 45-year-old boners.
And I went, it was your dad and all his buddies. Oh, fuck yeah, buddy.
Oh, no.
Sickest fucking thing I've ever seen. He said he was gay, and then all of his dad and all his buddies said, well, suck our cocks. Pulled him out. I had to look at 9 cocks. All because my buddy thought he was fucking gay. I didn't need to see that shit.
That's really good, dude. And I kind of I see the tactic, and I hear the tactic.
He had 3 teeth.
Sure he did.
He had 3 teeth, and he was holding the smoke in between 2
Buddy,
of them.
more dicks and teeth in that fucking scenario.
Shaky Mike in the gang.
That's a good story. Henry's coming closer to 4:30. JJ's coming 4:45, buddy. We're good. But I do think, Danny, I think you got to get over there. You got a little bit of Mary Poppins to do around the
get a little
apartment.
bit of stuff. We got to sweep up some things. We got to gather. We got to set it right.
Why don't we set our intentions?
Okay.
And then we'll get the fuck out of here.
All right. My intentions going into the week is carrying forward this positivity and the sense of community and getting things done. Got to do a couple emails. We got to do a couple emails, couple shows, and I'm just looking forward to hearing what happens next after our little gathering of our community. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay kind. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to let outside forces bother me more so that they did earlier in this week. And such is life. And we have a beautiful thing that we have to do here. So nothing from back home should bother me.
Okay, I like that. Leave the shit back there.
Yeah.
Focus on your shit here. The Big Apple. Because like we say many times on this pod, you can either bite the apple.
Or the apple can bite you.
Exactly. So I intend to, first and foremost, I'm going to go short-sighted here, Danny. I intend to uphold my promise to you to have a good time today. Make sure everything goes well for you.
Yep. Got a lot fucking riding.
I won't embarrass you so long as one condition, and it's a big one.
I keep your door closed.
I'd like to be respected in front of the company.
Okay.
I'd like to be respected.
I'm not the one that always throws a little shade.
I do somehow deeply believe that one day you will betray me.
And that's why you have it.
And
You're getting paranoid like Hitler and his fucking...
I've been smoking. I've been heating up a little glass pipe in my room.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm going to have a good time today. I'm actually looking forward to it. We're going to eat pizza. We're going to eat sauce. We got hoagies. We got fucking... we got a bunch of snacks and desserts coming. It's going to be a good time. First time doing it, so that'll be fun. And then the rest of the week, today, for real, Danny... Last day on the sauce for this week.
Yeah.
Today. We're not touching sauce this week.
We
got a lot of shit.
Sunday.
We got a lot of things we have to do this week. We got to bang out some videos. We're going to have to start banging out a few extra pods because Danny's getting out of here for a bit. We have a guest next week. That's going to be fun. So I intend to just dial into the work this week. And you know what? I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to follow your lead. I'm not going to let external forces bother me. I'm going to check in with myself from time to time, remind myself things aren't all that bad, and I'm going to try to enjoy the week. I've started that book, so I do intend to truly start this journey of getting off these fucking vapes.
Yeah.
Obviously, same shit as every week. I want to be in the gym every day. I want to eat clean. Today's a big cheat day. It's been a cheat weekend. Health and mentality foremost on the to do on the to take care of list this week. So. Yeah, man. Let's get through it clean. Let's get me up to an 8. See if we can do it.
Up to an 8.
Let's see if we can do it. Let's
I'll give you a couple of my 9.8s. I'll give you a couple.
Yeah, shave me off a few points.
I will.
Break me off a piece of that fancy feast. And yeah, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good day. We love you guys. We love everybody that's hanging out. We love when you comment. We love when you reach out.
Thanks to our new subscribers, too. We're almost up there. We got a couple things hitting them. We're almost at 400. Let's get there. And then once we're at 500, we got a nice little treat for everybody.
We're small but mighty. We're small but mighty, and I think we have a nice little community building here. So please tell your friends to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Obviously, we're available on YouTube. We got all our clips up on socials. Keep supporting us. We're going to keep coming back for you guys. This is fucking episode 19. So once Danny, get this.
We're almost in the 1%ers.
When you hit 21 episodes of a podcast, you're in 1% of podcasters because almost everybody throws in the towel because it's delayed gratification because it takes a while to build these fucking things.
Yep.
And I think that the support we already have in the early stages is getting us excited. And so we're 2 episodes away from being 1%ers, no matter how you want to look at it. We haven't missed a week. We're not going to miss a week. We're going to keep showing up. You guys keep showing up. We love you. God bless you.
And God bless America.
Ta-ta, motherfuckers.
Later.